To What's Up on Galaxy Television, where we reach for the stars. It's a beautiful Monday morning, the 23rd of December. Christmas is here already, and I am super excited. Yes, I'm super excited, not just because Christmas is already close, but because I'm also in the studio, and you know how it is here. We do movie reviews, we do fashion and style, music. We interview A-list celebrities. Yes, we have them come over on the show to talk about their journey. Everything nice, everything entertainment, everything positive vibes. That's what we do on the show. And you're welcome, you're welcome. My name is Antonia Wokolo, but you can call me Tonya. And as you know, I do not get to do the show alone. I'm here with the Sugar Daddy of Lagos. They call him the Radio Cubana. They also call him the Vibes Machine. Good morning, Orally. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I'm very fine. Yeah, it's been an exciting weekend. It was restful. I slept the whole weekend.
Yeah, I also rested very well.
Oh my God, I had to. All right, this show is gonna start, but let me tell you something very important, and I'll speak pidgin for this. Person will tell you thanks for everything. Fisty can't tell you, say what have you done for me? Wisdom. Person will tell you today thanks for everything. Later, Fisty can't tell you
what do you really do for me, gong.
That's how humans can be. Yeah, so put that at the back of your mind when you decide to be who you say you are. Every day above 6 feet is a good day, and with that we say welcome to the show. Today is Monday, December the 23rd. For Christians, we know it's 2 days to Christmas. It's a Unitide season. We are definitely here to turn up. Over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, I was on radio, and then I heard so many things. Let me tell you one. Somebody said this Christmas his wife gave him a Christmas gift.
Oh, what was the gift?
He did a DNA test and the child wasn't his. That was the best Christmas gift ever. So I don't know what to make of that. But yes, make of that what you may. I ain't concern you. Obirin, they will stain every inch of your white. You better be careful, especially this one in the studio with me.
I don't understand. Very what do you mean? What do you mean? I don't. From where to where?
I'm not just.
How did the conversation shift?
It's already.
How did it shift? Orally, please. I'm in Christmas
edition.
Mode.
Which mode?
Christmas.
I said we should be careful of women. Yeah, I said why are you shouting?
What? No, you're the one raising your voice.
You're violent.
No, my dear. My voice, I'm maintaining the pitch.
It's a lie.
But you're the one going higher and higher.
It's a lie. It's a lie. That's what
they can hear you. So what's the
Everybody
lie?
can hear you too.
They can hear you. So
Sharafrobirin, fear women.
Fear men, please. We already know. We don't even need to state it. You see that gender, M-E-N.
Out of 24 hours, use 23 hours, 19 minutes.
To fear women.
To fear women. The remaining, use it to fear their mommy.
You can imagine.
God bless you.
Please rest.
Anyway, today is 325th edition of the show, and we're happy, we're honored, we're excited to be in the studios this morning. For those of you who have decoders at home, for Star Times is 110, otherwise head on to terrestrial UHF 27 for those who have antennas. Also, we stream live on Facebook, X, Twitter, of course, Instagram. If you can't find us on any of those platforms for now, head on to YouTube. We're always there streaming live. Head on to the search bar and put at Galaxy TV Entertainment, and then you can have all this sweetness across the floor. Enjoy yourself. Watch beautiful faces like Covenant, like Tonya Wokolo. You know how it is. I want to say big thank you to Tonya for holding it down with me on this show. I usually call her my elocution ace. She has a way of putting smiles on my face. That's because I always treat her nice.
You don't, please. Don't give yourself flowers. Let me do the honors. When it's time, if you treat me nice, I'll give you flowers. But
like
if
this
you
morning, on the way to the
what
office,
happened this morning?
She kept hugging me and telling me how much she loves
me.
You know, that's I dey try. I dey try.
You need to fear God, though.
And then something very crazy happened. Tonya pushed me onto the express road.
Because you were saying something.
Can you hear that? She did not make car jam me.
Car no go jam me. There was no car coming now.
If not that we're on the show,
what happened?
I would have said God should. I hold it down.
Better hold it.
But you know I care about you so much, right? And I make sure that you are doing very well. By the way, you're looking good. How many bucket of lipstick did you use this morning?
I used 20 liters.
enough to paint this full building.
Yes, paint the whole studio.
Don't kill
downstairs.
yourself. Don't kill yourself.
Yes.
Who fight?
Tomorrow I will use let me see. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve.
No.
I will do red, yeah. And with that, we'll go on a quick break. When we
are
get
not going
back,
on any quick break.
When we get back,
we are not going on any quick break on this show. I will start. We are not going on any quick break. I'm going to introduce myself. Yes.
Last hour.
Yeah.
You have not
going to go on quick break when I'm here on this show.
So all those many
Sherry, it's short for you. Go quick break now. It's like you want to lose your job.
You want to be threatening people on
this show.
You see?
Yes.
Thank God. You know when you say that Tonya is violent, I don't need to shalaye evidence. With
this character that you have portrayed here, you didn't even let me say my name.
Which one is that? Lazy.
His bad character.
Genesis to Revelation you have been saying is what?
No, you can call me
Say your
Orali
name.
before we go on this quick break. Please, when you see me anywhere, just call me Orali. That's all I have to say. But you see this bad character that you have exhibited on this show. Don't beg me, hear me. You do me bad, you're not begging me. It's like all those rats in Igbo, they call it Nkapi. They are biting you and they are blowing you breeze. That's what you are. I came with violence this Monday morning. Yes, let's go on a quick break now. Are you happy?
These are the issues. Well, we'll be taking a quick break, and when we come back, you get to meet our guest. Our guest is seated really pretty on this in the studio, and I can't wait for you to meet our guest. Let's go on a break. Don't go anywhere. Or are you looking at me like that?
You like man?
Have you not seen me?
No, I will say it.
I don't understand.
You like man?
Which one is I like?
What you like? What could you do?
I don't understand.
You saw fine man in the studio. You saw fine man in the studio.
From where to where?
That's why you use extra lipstick.
Hey.
This is normal lipstick you use on the show before.
Oh, okay. So you take notes.
I not only take notes. I take cognizance.
You take
cognizance. I take the blame for all this nonsense. Many things I take just because I want you to be happy on this show. But whenever you see man in this studio, Tonya, you're always feeling some type of way.
I'm not feeling anywhere. Are you in me?
You say you're sitting pretty. We'll just continue on the show. Yes.
It is well.
With your soul.
You know, today I did not come with violence. The usual me, I would have given Orali his size. But
when have you ever tried?
Let's save that for later. We do have an amazing guest on the show.
Yes.
And I would want to read his profile before the camera pans to our guest, so that your mind go to that it's big fish without. You understand? Make your mind for touch ground. Now we do have Adelaja David, known as Pupa T. He's a Nigerian Afro pop and reggae dance hall music writer and a performer who survived a kidney failure after getting a kidney transplant. Wow. A University of Lagos graduate who is known for his amazing fusion of Afro pop, reggae dancehall, and R&B and positive lyrical delivery. Having won over a 23 years kidney impairment, Pupa T is back and even much better with a fresh EP titled Rewired, a project produced by Swoon Shop and Millie Beats. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Pupa T in the studio. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing great. Thank you.
It's good to hear that you're doing great.
Yeah, that's good.
It's good to hear that you're actually doing great.
Absolutely.
So Orly and I will be asking you a few questions about you, not a few.
A couple of
questions
right.
about your journey. And yes, let's start from the beginning. The whole kidney failure journey. How was it like? What happened? Just let us know.
Yeah, it actually started 23 years ago. Yeah, 23 years ago. I was very young then.
That's 2001.
Yes.
Wow.
I was actually in JSS2. So, and then I just woke up one morning and my face started swelling up and told me, started feeling weak and all that. So eventually we got to the hospital and they told me that I had kidney issues. But then I wasn't told that I had to manage it because I thought it was something like malaria that after treatment is going to go. So then, I went back to my normal diet and everything. So 2020, I went to South Africa and I had corona, and then the corona just messed up everything totally. So I was told my kidney failed and I had to just look for a donor and transplant. So 2024 this year, like it's about 7 months ago, I had my transplants done. Glory be to God. So it's really not been easy anyway, but thank God for strength. and thank God for grace and love also. I had a lot of people who stood up for me, people like Baba Kofi Guru, people, a lot of people, Woli Agba, a lot of celebrities that turned up for me to be here today. So I just want to say thank God. You know.
That's
The smile on your face doesn't say enough for what you
yeah.
that's a whole lot.
Yeah.
You see, that's it only says one thing. You should learn to appreciate the times you get to spend. Tonya, let that smirk leave your face. You tend to appreciate the good times you spend with people. And then he said something that I love so much. He said, thank God for grace. And most
Yeah.
especially, thank God for love.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't have love in this period or more, you forgo.
You'd have just been maybe depressed and
Absolutely.
very sad.
At some point I was depressed because I gave up actually. But then when I started seeing the love turned up for me, it amused me to fight to be alive. So love really plays a lot of role in my journey, my kidney failure journey.
Wow. Now we're not going to continue with the kidney failure journey
Yeah.
totally because that's one part of your life.
Absolutely.
That's a part that you'll be quick to forget.
Absolutely.
And it's trust me when I tell you, it will always be a part of your past and your journey and your drive to the top. However, what we want to understand now is aside the kidney issues, we might still come back to that.
Yeah.
We need you to tell us about your journey into music. How did Pupa tell himself? When did you realize that at that point it was music that you had to do?
Well, music for me started very young, but then, when we used to listen to people like Dele Taiwo, Dayo Kujore, Kingston Adi, I loved the way they performed. Shina Peters, I always watched them on the TV. We buy the VHS, the watch and all that. So I adore the way they used to perform on stage, and I'd be like, oh, one day I'd like to be, on a stage like this. I didn't know that it's a career, something, because I was very young then. But then I just started singing normally. I started, it was a natural thing. And when I got to a particular stage, some of my friends told me, man, you have a good voice. You can actually sing. Like, you can actually sing. Then I decided to, let me try. So I started from the church. We started singing in the church. And then people started, telling me, I think you can do this. You can actually sing. People started inviting me to other churches to come and lead and all that. So that was how it all started. And then, I met someone who happened to be my mentor, and he gave me my first recording session in the studio, 2006, and we came out with a bang, and I was like, wow. So
who's that person?
His name is Dr. Shine.
Oh.
So it was like, and that was how it all started, and we started pushing the music, and then I just started getting better. For me, I see music as a call, because nobody in my family was actually singing. My mom has no voice, my dad nobody.
Nobody.
If I trace back to my family lineage, I have never seen anybody come out like as a singer. So I was the only one. So it's more like a call for me. And if you listen to my music, you see the kind of message that I pass. It's more like I'm preaching. It's the way I can actually reach out to people by preaching to them. So I do it musically. So music is actually a call for me. I started very young, and so far I've been here.
That's really nice to hear that you see music as a call for you.
Yeah.
So take us through your creative process, how you write your songs, come up with beats, and then the recording.
Personally, I happen to be a vocal coach for some people.
Oh, that's nice.
So when I want to write, for me, I pick it in the air. Like inspiration for me, my source of inspiration is life generally. The things I hear, the things I see, the things people say, it's what inspires me to write. I learn from everything around me, so I pick them in the air. And I write precisely on how the beat preaches to me, because when they play me a beat now, the next thing I want to do is listen to the beat, see where I need to come in to make it more beautiful. So I'm also a beat too. My voice is a beat, so I just add it to the beat to make it beautiful. So that's how I create.
That's really nice to hear.
What motivates you?
My source of motivation is just good news, man. I just love good news. I like to hear good things. I like people sharing me good things about and sharing me the success at one point or the other in their lives. It helps me, it motivates me, to get better at myself, and then I learn from all the stories, and literally that's what motivates me.
Now,
Learning those stories, good stories, and all.
good. Now, musically, in Nigeria, Afrobeats.
Yeah.
First off, what genre of music would you say?
I
you make?
wouldn't say I'm an Afrobeat artist. That's why I said I'm an Afropop artist because I don't want to be limited to a particular. I fused Afropop with reggae, and to give me an edge in the music industry because not everybody does that. A lot of people say I do Afrobeat, Afrobeat. Like I'm not an Afrobeat artist because I believe Abafela is the owner of Afrobeat, and that if you're not doing something like that, you're not Afrobeat. So for me, it's Afropop or Afrofusion. But then I fuse my own Afropop to reggae with reggae and to give me an edge. So that's basically what I do.
Okay, you said reggae. Now,
Yeah.
reggae is a genre of music that seems to be on a decline
Yeah,
in the world.
absolutely.
All right, a whole lot of people don't understand that that brand of music is one of the sweetest ever to come through.
True.
But people are starting to sleep on it.
Mm,
Just a couple of days ago, I'd say weekend, some days we had Afro reggae dancehall artist Spider Man, one of the OGs,
which is
and then I think he had his carnival somewhere in Ajawa State. Yes, on Friday I was supposed to attend, but I was working overnight on radio. But it was still a success.
mm.
Now, what do you think is the reason why reggae has declined, and how do you think artists such as yourself who are fusing reggae with other genres of music can bring it back to what it was before?
Thank you very much for that question. First of all, life is not the same way it used to be before. We are in a different, different era right now. Um, the way reggae used to be like a channel to preach positivity to the people,
True.
a channel to preach reality to the people as at back then. But as time evolves, things change. We start getting stubborn people who don't want to listen, people who just want to enjoy their life, they don't want to know anything. People want to just live life without hearing anything.
Experience.
Yeah, exactly. So these are the things that are happening these days. So people don't listen to messages anymore. They just want to vibe. They just
And
want
enjoy
to
the
enjoy.
beats.
Yeah, exactly. So this is one of the major agents that is causing the decline in reggae music. And another thing is our OEPs are not promoting reggae like they should, like they used to. We don't get to hear reggae songs on radio anymore. You hardly hear Bob Marley songs. They only play Bob Marley songs occasionally. Maybe when they're talking about rivalry or a fight, then they'll play One Love. That kind. So it's not getting the steady promotion that it's supposed to be getting. And this is actually telling on all the other artists. To be honest, for me, one of the reasons why, because my strongest point is reggae, dancehall, precisely. But then I realized that people are not really buying into it, and I decided because Afropop is me. I'm an Afro. You can't take that away from me, no matter
Sure.
the genre I do. So I decided to fuse it together. And from the moment I started fusing reggae into Afropop, I've been having much more people hearing me, getting to hear my message, and all. I feel like this is a way we can actually get back to the people. We fuse it into the vibe that they want to listen to. We fuse it into the kind of, but then we are always pushing the message into it. So that way we'll be able to get their attention that, oh, I love the style, oh, I love the song. And then also our OEPs should just do more by, playing positive songs, positive reggae songs to people to help them to get used back to, to the reggae style, So I feel these are the things that the little things that we can do for reggae.
That's really nice to hear. So now let's talk about your EP, Rewired.
Mm.
What inspired Rewired? Why did you even come up with that title, Rewired? Because that's actually deep. When I read your profile, it felt to me like, the way they say, I did conference meeting with everything about me, like you sat yourself down and said, what would be the title of this
Absolutely.
EP? And you picked Rewired. So what was the inspiration?
Yeah, Rewired. Initially, it wasn't supposed to be Rewired because I recorded that song when I was dialyzing So I wasn't seeing myself succeed in the transplant. So I told my producers, I told them, I said, if I don't make it out of this transplant, then you can release the song, but always, you know, give me my share so my family can actually have that part from it. So I didn't name it Rewired. I named it Before I Go. You know,
Oh.
that was what I initially named it. But then when I came out of the, theater, I realized that it's going to be something else. You know, so I decided to name it because I'm rewired. Because by the time I finished my transplant, I had so much wire on me, on my body. So I was like, okay, they are rewiring me. So that album must be rewired. So I titled it Rewired.
Where was the transplant made?
It was made in Nigeria here, Afe Babalola Motor System Hospital in Ekiti.
Wow.
Yeah.
And who was the
So
you were the recipient, but who was the donor?
my donor, who happens to be my brother. I actually never met him before. You know, I was on the radio with Baba Ifele, and then he came and said he would love to donate for me, that the Spirit of the Lord told him to donate for me. And that was how he came to be my donor. His name is Atonda Samson Olawale.
Call his name again.
Atonda Samson Olawale. He saved my life. For real.
Wow.
Saved my life.
That's really beautiful to hear.
You know.
So big thanks to
It's
him.
a big thanks
always,
to him, honestly.
always. You know, the Red album is actually like my experience because I experimented with my pain, the pains that I experienced during the dialysis, the pre-transplant moment. I experimented it into creating sounds. I just tube on my chest. Then anytime I sing, I feel the pain. So that pain is what I want to put into the album. So if you listen to the album, you see how emotional it is, and then I had to put some kind of little bit distractions to not make people so bored about it. But then it's an emotional album that talks about my pain. I experienced neglect, I experienced betrayal, you know, a lot of things, hate, and a lot of people said a lot of things. But then, you know, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. So the truth came out.
Forever and ever.
Here I am. So that's all about Rewired, actually.
That's really beautiful to hear. We'll go on a quick break now, and when we come back, we still have Pupa T here. He's telling us more about his journey, and of course, Aurelie is in the studio. Don't go anywhere. In the building, of course, Aurelie. Yeah, we just listened to something from Pupa T, not getting younger. Yes, as the years running now, you know that you're not getting younger, and this is the youngest you ever be. When you get to next year, it's a new age. Now, Pupa T, tell us about not getting younger.
All right, not getting younger is, like I said, I write about life, my reality. A lot of times, that song is actually one of my realities. You know when you get to do music, you know better than your peers, and then you tend to have some kind of result, and getting it, and then you be like, God, what's going on? I know I'm good at this thing. Like I'm not getting younger. Like I'm supposed to be married by now and all that. So, so then I just decided to enter into the studio, and then I brought it all out, and that was how it came. So we came about the song "Not Getting Younger" actually. And I know everybody, a lot of people can actually relate because when I sing for myself, I know I'm also singing for a lot of people too because I'm not the only one who might be probably going through this kind of situation. So that was all about "Not Getting Younger."
You say you sing soul music.
Yes.
That one really made a whole lot of sense. So we'll say kudos to you. Keep it up.
Thank you.
All right. So yes, bringing me back to music for you and some of the ordeal and challenges you faced. Aside the kidney thing, what other challenges did you face? You said something like betrayal. I find that very fascinating because I faced a whole lot of that. They're not rich. Sure you understand. Anyway, they come at me and go, they know. So I want you to talk about that. Whether you like it or not, you're inspiring someone with your success story.
Yeah.
Someone is out, whether you like it or not, someone is out there glued.
And even people that are not watching now, when they get to see this video on YouTube or any of our social media platforms, even apart from now, they will definitely be.
So
you're doing a great job.
Speak to us about
it. Absolutely. Just like I said on one of the songs on my EP, I said, this life where you see now for Jesus. And what I literally mean is that it's not just for Jesus, but for people to always, learn from my story. Because I always tell people, my story will motivate you. I just want to be a source of motivation to everybody out there, you know. Um, Basically, my music, the challenges that I initially had was finances. You know, we tend to spend a lot of money into the music thing. I remember back then, music was not like that. You don't have to spend so much for you to be heard, especially if you're good, you know. But these days, we hear a lot of nonsense music. I'm sorry to use that word, but then, and then because they have the finances to push it out of the world, they use the finance to, you know, push
To
it out,
promote
and then
it.
you keep hearing it. You can hear it 5 times in a day on the radio, and when you get some songs like that, you just get used to them, because music sometimes when you
Sure.
overplay, play them, you get used to them and they start enjoying them, even if it doesn't make sense.
You know, Chike said something in Egu with Mobad that music does not need permission to
Mm.
enter your spirit.
Absolutely.
So once you hear it, you may not consciously or unconsciously, you hear it in the bus as you're going home, you're working, someone's playing it, or your neighbor is playing it. You know the time you start humming the song, you just be thinking, in your mind before the lyrics will just come, and I can totally understand what
Yeah.
you mean by that.
Yeah, you know, and then, you know, we don't get to have these days. I've had a lot of record label actually approach me with different deals, and then, to be honest, because I went to University of Lagos, of course, so I'm learning. I read all through this. In fact, I don't even need to hire a lawyer for me to be able to decode everything they put in there, and I see it as like a slavery thing for me. And I've gone this far, I've come this far for me to just settle for less. So a lot of times I just be like, nah. I feel like what we need in the industry today is we need more investors other than recording deals that, you know, handicap you to become who you really want to be. That kills the dream of a lot of artists today. We need more investors where, you know, they invest in the artists, the producers of the artists, and then they can get back their this thing. These are the things that I actually faced personally. That's been a challenge to me in my musical journey. And when I was talking about betrayal, you know, when I was down, I had a lot of close friends. In fact, because, you know, a lot of times your value will make people want to come to you and then, you know, be familiar with you, then sing with you. So I had a lot of people around me then, and I used to think they're friends. So we go to a lot of places together. If I would travel all around the world together and all that. But then, when I felt sick, a lot of them don't even show up. They never showed up. They never came to me. Some of them were showing online love, you know. Some of them are very close to me, but they will never come. And a lot of people, I heard a lot of people saying a lot of things about me, like, oh, he took drugs, he's a drug addict. I never had drugs in my life. This thing started when I was young, when I never even know anything about alcohol or smoke or anything. So they knew the truth, but then they decided to spread the false stories around just to stop people from helping me. They wanted me dead, but that was the betrayal that I faced when I was down. Like I said, Jesus is the truth, that word. So he came through for me. He showed the world the truth. And that was why people stood up for me and fight with me. So betrayal is a very strong thing. And I always tell people that now what I learned about friendship is that when you have a friend, you don't need to know the friend deeply. And you don't need to know me deeply. I don't need to share all my secrets with you. You don't need to share all your secrets with me. That creates respect, creates distance. You know, when we know each other too much, there will be this kind of decline in respect. So we just need to, you know, give
It's called
ourselves.
see finish.
Yeah,
see
over
finish.
familiarity breeds
Exactly.
contempt.
We don't need to go to that extent. We need to
Amazing.
create a distance so that we have respect. So that, you know, respect is going to be there and it's going to be reciprocal. But then I, you know, embraced everybody. I was so loyal, and then they got to see me finish, and then
That was your biggest mistake.
yes, my biggest mistake.
But it's often said that your friend, irrespective of everything you go through, the most loyal ones will stand by
In
you.
fact, the loyal ones are the ones that are not close to you. The loyal ones are probably the ones that you're not chatting with every day. You see the one you're talking to every day. They are not the loyal ones. Most of them are not the loyal ones. I always tell people, the people that stood up for me are the people that I hardly talk to, but they loved me, and I had no idea.
Oh.
You know, so that's why I said a little bit of distance creates respect and create loyalty. People want to, like, oh, this guy, no, let me, you understand. So that's how it's supposed to be. But then somebody who knows you and be like, I need something like that, like, oh, God, this guy's coming in, you know, that kind of thing. So
Yeah, Mi said it in his song, and I think that's one of the songs that Mi sang that I usually don't joke with. The title of the song is Brother.
Brother.
Yes, he sang that song for Jesse Jags and Brimo. And if you listen with rapt attention and then you study the song, the wordings will speak to you. Now, there's one part of the song that says, "You need me too, my brother. Shebi when you fall, now me go carry you."
Absolutely.
That's something that a lot of people do. And I say, when it comes to music, for me, I don't just listen to two things: the harmony, the symphony, because I play instruments. So if you don't have if you don't have good sound, you've lost me. And then the message, not your wordings, the message you pass in your music is sometimes it's surmountable. I just look at some people like, I don't want to tell you say you they sing rubbish.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it at that point.
Let's just, you know,
we just vibe and we
but
move
then,
on.
But then you hear someone, all right, like Not Getting Younger, a song like Not Getting Younger, and you sit down. It's not like all this trap music that all these boys that skip up and down listening to. This one has so much. I saw one today as early as 6:30.
You're already dragging.
It was like this on the road. It's only in Nigeria I know that people can sleep while standing up. Inside this country.
Oh my goodness.
It's only in Nigeria that people will sleep.
And they'll be comfortable. They won't be snoring.
You know that he was dying of cold.
Yeah.
And he was like this.
Then Pluto.
He was like this. I went and got something. I looked at him. He stood on that spot till I left for the office.
And he was sleeping.
Better sleep. He was in Greece now.
No, to be honest.
Or Tanzania.
One said Pluto. Out of this planet. He's not here.
Oh my God.
He's not here. So which leads me to the question. What do you do aside music at your leisure, just for fun? What do you do?
All right. Besides writing and singing, I also mix. I do sound engineering for other artists because being an artist, it gives me an edge to because sometimes some artists want to probably lay a voice some type of way, but they don't know how to do it. So my own intuition is to help them to make it sound the way they want it to sound. So sound engineering besides writing and all that. And I'm also into UX UI tech, I'm trying to design websites and application. And I really love design. I really love anything design so much. And I also create content. Like I shoot content for people I edit videos, so I do all these things besides music.
Wow.
So, and I love doing them actually. It's like fun for me, So those are the things that I do.
That's really beautiful to hear, to see that you do UI, UX, content creation. Hey, this one already is smiling, looking at you for a second. Alright.
He's doing so well for himself. Like his story is touching. He feels like God gave him a second chance,
and he wants to make judicious use of it.
A lot of people they play with the fact that tomorrow is not
promised.
They joke with that. So I want to ask you, Patty, if you had to say something to someone out there who is going through a different kind of problem or any problem at all. There was a time I was on radio like months ago. Someone called in, a lady called in, and her name is Nkechi. She lost her ability to use her eyes. Now that's one of the craziest things to ever happen. And when she was saying her story, it felt surreal. Now, one of the callers or listeners on my show called and said, "Madam, I want you to be thankful for your life. I have had mine for 10 years and I'm still living or more."
That means she has lost her sight for 10 years. That's what she means.
That the caller that called.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
That he lost his sight for 10 years.
He's 60 years.
Ooh.
Now, they messed up the show for me that day because I was so emotional. And all the I could not pick up. Calls were coming in left, right, center. Now the thing is, a lot of people pitched out to try and help her. I told her to drop her number, that they were going to reach out to her address and everything. Went to see her. It was a lot for me, but it brought me to the fact that you need to cherish the good times.
Absolutely.
And don't play with those times. So there's someone out there, a younger version or an older version of Pupa who has lost all hope in life. If someone like you, if you, Pupa, can go out there, do stuff, survive, make an impact, and you're seated here today to tell people that, oh, more, the journey continues. What's that thing you want to say to that person who's at the last line of life and is about to give up?
Just like I said on a song on my album, like I said, my album said everything. The last track on my album, titled Nothing Can, it says, make you nothing can, tomorrow go better, you don't need them. All you have to do is to kneel down, pray to God to come for your need now. And your hope on God and now go fail. If you don't have God, it's going to be hard to fight the battle. You need Jesus. No matter what you're going through, first of all, I need you to know that there's a reason why you're going through it. Because at some point I questioned God. I said, why me? It was later on I realized that, oh, this is why me. He needed to use me to motivate the other people. So if you're going through one or two difficulties right now in your life, it is because God needs to use you to motivate people. So you need to go through it for you to be to have a mission, for you to be able to fulfill your mission. We all have our issues. Everybody have their issues. So that is definitely your own issues, and our issues make us become who we are meant to be. A lot of times, just like the bread, you need to take the flour into the oven, get hot for it to become bread. That is how it is in life a lot of times. So I tell people, whatever you're going through, first of all, you need God, you need Jesus, and then you need to believe that you'll definitely make it out of it. You need to believe. If you have Jesus, definitely you believe. So that's what I believe. So for me, it was what worked for me. I doubted God, but then I realized my mission, and I embraced it. I embraced the moment. I embraced the pain, and it was what helped me to survive. So whatever you're going through, embrace it. Know that it is a way for you, but it's coming like a blessing in disguise. Because the blessing in disguise, it came as a problem, but then it's a blessing at the end of the day. Just believe and pray. That's it.
Yeah, that's beautiful to hear. A blessing in disguise. So very quickly, give us your social media handles. How can your fans connect with you?
All right, on Instagram, I'm official_Pupa. In fact, just Google Pupa. When you Google Pupa, all my social media will pop out, all my songs and everything. But on Instagram, official_Pupa. On TikTok, it's at Pupa, because on my TikTok page, I normally educate people about their kidney health, how they can prevent their kidney health, how they can live their life so they won't have issues with kidney, because I don't even want my enemy to go through it. So I always tell people, this is what you do, this is what you do. So they can join me on my TikTok at Pupa, PUPATEE. So
how about the digital platforms where they can stream?
Yeah, I'm available on all digital platforms: YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Boomplay, Audiomack, Deezer, Amazon, Shazam. I'm there. I'm available on all digital platforms: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. If you want to make use of my sounds there, you can just tap Pupa, and then it's gonna bring everything out. So
that's really beautiful
nice
to
one.
hear. Yeah.
Good.
Thank you so much, Pupa, for
Thank
joining us on this show.
Yeah.
Trust me, yes, we took a lot of lessons from your journey, and I'm sure our viewers out there would have learned a thing or two. It was an honor having you in today's episode. Thank you
for
so
having
much.
me. Thank you so
All right, well, we're going on a quick break, and when we return, it will be time for Celebrity Gist. Celebrity Gist. Orally, what's the first one?
First one says, I'll never legally get married. Rapper Lil Baby declares. Now, everybody has their own reasons why they don't want to get married.
Yeah.
But I don't subscribe to Lil Baby's thoughts. I want to get married or legally get married. Maybe I feel like with the situation that's coming up, first off, I listen to Lil Baby. He sings real good. And most times these rappers are scared of women. All right, maybe women these days over there, I don't know, they see someone who's successful, they form the love thing, get into relationship, he's gonna wife you, eventually he does, and then after a while,
The divorce.
and
And
then
they demand huge
yes, you split it two ways. I feel like that's the only reason why the Bobo no go, because all he wants to do is make money, have good kids, raise them properly, and then not having one woman come to take half, especially when she did not work for it. You just feel some type of way. That's what's happening around the world these days.
Yeah, so Two Face has two Baba. They said he appears to be showing signs of aging. So there was a video that was going online. It was at a party, and then they were playing Implication. By the way, I love Implication so much. It just reminds me of when I was younger. I used to wait at 2 p.m. during the holidays to listen to like a musical show, and Implication used to be my favorite. I would be singing it word for word. Now away from that, he released that song when he was 35, and now Two Baba, we already know that he's growing older by the day. Baba was jumping, and all of a sudden he held his knee, like he felt a sharp pain in his knee, and we were like, you are thinking that you're still 35, you are not 35, Oga. This is not when you sang this song and you were jumping and everything. To be honest, I saw a lot of comments under that post, and I'm just going to read some of them. So one person said he screamed old age, like when he held his knee he shouted old age. And someone said nice, it's randomly seeing him. So someone said, una they talk sha. So another person was like, until you get to this stage you will understand. Another person said, we are aging, use your time well when it's your turn. Look at that. So that just totally resonated with me, that when you're younger, use your time, do all the things you want to do. And because as you age, there are certain things that you'll not be able to do. You want to do them, but then your body may not allow you. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Let's move to the next one.
Doris Oga wins 45th Miss Nigeria, being the first black nation to win the Miss World pageant. I feel like Nigeria has mouth, so Doris Oga, that is I love her for who she is. A very beautiful woman. She also has my mom's first name.
Oh, your mom's name is Doris.
Yes, that's why I'm
nice.
Attracted to her, and you can look at her, the big fight.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Nigerians have a way of just producing very beautiful women. That's why they are wahala too much.
What do you mean?
The more beautiful
you cannot just compliment and let it end there. You must look for a way. Orally, in this 2025 that we're about to enter, please add that to your resolution that you're gonna change, because there are certain things that you should not be doing in 2025.
I will try.
Please,
I'll take it under advisement.
It's time to say goodbye, Orally.
You didn't take the last one. It's very important. I'm very convinced all men cheat.
Oh my goodness! Everybody is giving their different opinions. Shabili baby said doesn't want to get married. Now this other one is saying she's very convinced. So she was just talking about how relationships, when she's going into a relationship with a guy, she doesn't, when they say, oh babe, I won't cheat on you, she doesn't take it to heart so much, because all the men she has maybe they cheated on her. So at this point,
but she's wrong.
No, not we all know that not all men cheat.
All men cheat.
Yeah, we all know that. So she's just saying from her own perspective, the men she has dated, all of them cheated on her.
Maybe she didn't follow love, she followed money.
It's time to say goodbye.
All right, it's been a very entertaining show. Thank you so much, Pupa, for coming through. God bless you, big man. Surviving a lot, but coming out stronger. That's how your life should be. Tell a story with every step of the way, every step you take. Let your life tell a story. Never ever give up. Drink water and mind the business that concerns you. Do not ever turn off someone else's light bulb because you want yours to shine the brightest every day, every single darn day. Above 6 feet is a good day. Follow me on Instagram at official_Orally. That's AURALEE for your music promotions, artist management. I say it a lot. I'm privy to a lot of radio stations and TV stations. You want your music out there, let me know at official_Orally. Like, share, comment. I got you guys covered. See you tomorrow.
Yes, it's been an amazing show right here in the studio. Join us tomorrow at 10 a.m. where we'll be bringing you insightful conversations and, of course, more juicy celebrity gist. My name is Antonia Wokolo. You can follow me on Instagram at Tony_official. Tony is spelled as TONIEE_official. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe on our pages across all our social media platforms. Just head on to the search bar and input galaxytv.entertainment and you catch up with all the beautiful programs we have lined up for you. And until tomorrow, stay happy and, of course, Merry Christmas in advance.